Hello, welcome to my house and welcome to my channel. I'm Laura Cepeda and today I'm going to show you how you can reduce and how you can increase the stitches in the basic course. Remember that this is the fourth class. In the first class I teach you how you can make the chain. Then in the second class I teach you how you can make the single crochets and all the kinds. In the third class I teach you how you can make the double crochets, and today in the fourth class I'm going to teach you how you can decrease and reduce stitches for your projects. But well, let's don't lose more time. I will give you all my secrets and tips. Remember that if you want to buy and use the same materials that I use in all my videos, you can visit my online store www.lauracepeda.es. Well, in this fourth class, first I will teach you how you can make it with the hook, and then I will teach you how you can make it using your fingers as a hook. Okay, remember that we already know how to make chains, so we will start making chains as the base of our project. Making a review of the previous class, remember that first I teach you how you can make chains, then the single crochets, then the double crochets, and today I'm going to teach you how you can reduce or increase stitches when you need to. I made this sample of 20 stitches and then I'm going to come back making single crochets. After this, I'm going to start teaching you how we can reduce or how we can increase. According to the project that we are making, sometimes we reduce or we increase in between, or sometimes we increase or reduce at the beginning or at the end of each row according, as I told you, to the project that you are making. Okay, so it will depend, but today I'm going to show you how you can make this and in the easiest way. Okay, so don't worry, I will lead you step by step, and I will give you all my secrets and tips. First, we need to have this as a base. The common kind to reduce is at the beginning and at the end of each row. Okay, it will depend. Sometimes you need to reduce because you are going to make an armhole, or because you need to make this stitch or this break as a shawl, so you need to finish as a triangle. So well, at the end of the row we are going to go up with one chain, and remember that to reduce means that we are going to skip. So once that we are here, we already took this stitch, right? So we are supposed to skip the next one and then started the stitch in the other stitch, right? So it's very common that we made this right away. A lot of teachers used to teach this like this way, just going right away to the next stitch and crochet. So if we made a single crochet in the other stitch, you will see that we kind of create a lining in the project and it doesn't look good. You will see that with this secret, with this tip, you will avoid this. So if you take this stitch and you join the stitch that you are going to skip and the new that you are going to crochet, you will have something like this. Can you tell the difference? And then after this, we are going to continue with the stitch. So remember that this tip, it's when we are going to reduce at the beginning of the row. So you see how it looks. I'm going to repeat it again so you can see exactly how I made it. I just joined the stitch that we were supposed to reduce and the stitch that we were supposed to crochet. So I just joined them and convert two into one. So for example, if you need to reduce, what you make is that you go right away to the next stitch. But in this case, this secret and the tip that I gave you is that we are going to convert two into one, and with this you won't tell that you reduce and it will look good at the end. Remember that the small details matter, and the results that you will have at the end will be so different if you reduce like this than the regular way. For example, if your project needs that you reduce 5 stitches in this row, well, you are going to reduce one here, and then you need to reduce also in between and 2 more at the end, right? To have the 5 stitches reduced that you need. So also in between you are going to, like we made at the beginning of the row, and then you will continue making your stitch and your single crochet. So we are also going to reduce at the end, but we are going to reduce one stitch before the end. Why one before? Well, because if we reduce at the end, we are going to have a kind of stairs at the end, so it won't look like a regular reduction. So you need to make it before the end of your row to make the reduction correct. So as you see, it didn't tell, right? But if you count your stitches, you will see that you already reduced. So you need to know at the beginning of the row how many stitches you need to reduce in this row, so at the end you can count and you can check if you reduce exact stitches that you want to, or if you made a mistake there, so you can fix it. So again, I'm going to reduce with you so you can see exactly how it is. You see? So again, we are going to continue with all the stitch. And here I'm not going to reduce in between. Just at the end, when we have 3 stitches left, well, we have to reduce there. So we are going to convert 2 into 1 like this. To reduce, we kind of take the stitch in like in relief, right? So like this is how you are going to reduce when you make the single crochet stitch. And it's the same if you want to use your finger as a hook. But well, now I'm going to teach you how you can reduce. Okay, I'm going to use these same stitches as a base. And here I'm going to teach you how we can increase, Sometimes according to the project that you are making this for, you will need to increase some stitches, maybe to make the neck of a jacket front skirt, or maybe you will need to open your collar of your blouse a little bit, so you will need to make this. Okay, so we will start the row exactly, and we will start all the rows, and also we are going to increase a stitch in the second stitch. Okay, so in one stitch we are going to make 2 together, so like this we are going to increase 1. So for example, in the instructions it says that you need to increase 1 stitch each row. Well, you are going to make this. But if you need to increase more, well, also at the beginning you can increase, and right here we are going to make 2 together, so we can increase more than 1. And we are going to repeat the same if we, for example, need to increase at the end of the row. Well, we are going to increase 1 stitch before the end, so there we are going to make 2 together, and then we will finish the row as we started. So right here we are going to make 2 together, so 2 single crochets in the same stitch, and then we will finish the row. And this is how we increase. So according to the project that you are making this for, you are going to increase as many times as you need, okay? And you are going to increase like this. For example, if you hear the instruction to increase, well, now you know how you need to make it, and you should make that you want to increase always 1 stitch after or 1 stitch before of the row, or also you can increase in between. So you are going to increase as many stitches as you need according to the project that you are making this, okay? So you see here I increased again. I will give you just a quick summary of how you can increase in the double crochets. So first we will have chains as a base, and then we are going to make the double crochets. It's the same if you want to increase the double crochets, the number of the double crochets at the beginning. Well, remember that you are going to increase always 1 stitch before and 1 stitch after the beginning or the end of the row, and we are going to make in 1 stitch, we are going to make 2 double crochets together, and like this is how we are going to increase. And it will be the same also in between the row. we are going to increase making 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. So again, here almost finished the row, and now imagine that here we finished, so we are about to start. So we will go up with 3 chains. Remember that when we start a row of double crochets, we always start making 3 chains. So in the next stitch is where we are going to make 2 double crochets together if we want to increase. Well, there is not a rule of how many stitches you need to increase. It will depend according to the project that you are making. For example, if you are making a skirt and you need to open more your A shape, you need to increase each row like 5 or 6 stitches according of how many you want to open your shape, okay? So it will depend, so there is no rule, you just need to know how to make it and just see when you need to where you need to reduce. Also in the double crochets, now I'm going to teach you how you can reduce a double crochet. So we start the same, and remember that 1 stitch after the first one we are going to reduce. And we are going to take the stitch like this. Remember that we are going to convert 2 into 1, and this is how we reduce. And then we continue making the stitch that we were making. So this is when we need to reduce using the double crochets. So again, I'm going to reduce here, and you see this is how it looks. So now every time that you hear instructions that you need to reduce or you need to increase, now you will know how to make it. Well, now I'm going to teach you how you can make it, but now using your finger as a hook. So well, now we are going to start using our fingers. Remember that first we are going to start making chains as the base of our project. So making a review, this is how we make the chains with our fingers. Remember? So for the example, I'm going to make 20 chains. So now I have the 20 chains. I'm going to make a single crochet row to have a base. So we are going to continue using our finger as if with our hook, and you will see that it's the same. Just small things change, but basically it's the same. Now when you make your breaks with your fingers, you will see that all the stitches can be made with the fingers too. So here we're finishing the second row of the single crochet. So well, now that we are going to start the next one, I never make the a chain when I'm about to start a new row when I'm using my fingers. You can make it too if you want, but if not, well, you can continue like me. I'm going to make a single crochet row, and here is where I'm going to reduce. Remember that when we were using our hook, we reduce in the second stitch next to the first one, and we convert 2 into 1. So I basically made the same, like taking the stitch in relief. And be careful that you didn't insert your finger right in the next to it, because it's where we reduce. So if we insert our hook in the wrong space, instead of reducing, we are going to increase. So that's the only detail that you have to take into account when we are making this stitch using our fingers. And it will happen the same when we are reduce at the end of the row too. We are going to take the stitch like in relief, and right before where we finish the row, we are going to convert 2 into 1, and then we'll finish the row like this. So as you see, here we reduce. So well, now taking this as a base, now we are going to increase. Okay, we are going to make the same, and we are going to increase in the next stitch where we are start, and in one we are going to make 2 single crochets, and like this is how we increased. Then we are going to continue with our stitch for the rest of the row, and also if you want to increase 1 at the end of the row, well, we are going to increase 1 right before the last one. And when we crochet with our fingers, it is more common to make a complete row increasing one in each stitch. So we make in one stitch 2 single crochets because when we make a poncho or a skirt or a collar, it's more common that we make a completely row of increased row in that kind of projects. So well, if you want to make this, making a double crochets with your fingers is exactly the same like we made using our hook, remember? Now by knowing the name of the stitches and knowing how you can make it, well, it will be easier for you to follow the instructions, and now you will can start to make the projects that you want. Okay, but well, please stay tuned to continue learning how to make these basic steps. So I hope that you really have enjoyed making these basic steps with me. I will continue posting more videos where you will learn how to make different stitches, and well, you will learn how to make these basic steps if you want to start to crochet, and soon I'm going to teach you how you can start knitting. So please stay tuned, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching these videos. Please, if you like it, give me a like. Don't forget to leave me a comment, and see you soon in the comment videos. Thank you and see you soon. Bye.